Hello, Degens! Welcome to Degenerate Bets College Football Week 3. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ, and joining me, as always, is the man with the numbers, the sportsbook whisperer, college basketball guru, daddy of the diamond. All hail the king of the links, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. Noah, how the hell you doing today, bub?
Dude, I'm good. Football continues to be unpredictable and crazy, and I absolutely love it. Maybe not as much as a better as I do other sports, but I still will participate, obviously. I'm ready for some more excitement.
Noah, so am I, bro. I mean, it was a rough week one for the NFL. It was a rough week one as a gambler in college football this weekend, especially with Alabama fucking so many parlays. I mean, it was a rough betting weekend all around. But hey, you know what's nice about having a rough betting weekend, Noah? The next one is gonna be fucking better, and that's what we're here for. Week 3, we got the locks, Noah. I love the board that we picked, and I love the games. Let's fucking go for it, bro. Okay, you ready for it?
Yeah, man. I've been pretty solid so far this season. On college football, NFL Week One did not do me super pretty, but
Yeah, NFL Week One did me dirty too. But Noah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Oklahoma going to Nebraska. Oklahoma being an 11.5 point favorite. 67 is the total. Oklahoma number 6 in the power rankings right now. Nebraska obviously firing Scott Frost this Sunday. New head coach sometimes brings in a little bit more, of a vibe, a little bit more
it goes
energy.
one of two ways.
One of two ways.
Well, yeah, interim head coaches. It's whether it's basketball, football. I'm sorry to cut you off there, AJ, but it goes one of two ways.
Yeah.
It's either it's either bad new energy or good new energy, continued bad energy. I don't know, but the team either is fired up and plays a lot better, or they play like complete dog shit.
No, I completely agree with you. And that's where I was going to go with this. With an 11.5 point spread at home with Nebraska, I mean, with how they've performed, regardless of coaching, we both agree the coaching was dog shit. Noah, I can't find an angle where I would bet on Nebraska, even if my life depended on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean because I saw this line was only 11 and a half, and I
Yeah,
was like, does Vegas know something I don't know?
seriously.
Like,
And
what's
they
going
did
on
during the
here?
Packers game, but that was something else.
Yeah, you know what? We don't need to talk about that. That's in the past. Um, yeah, this one, I don't know what's going on. I'm obviously on Oklahoma to cover the 11 and a
Yes.
half.
Yeah, I'm on Oklahoma minus the 11.5 as well. No brainer. Nebraska is kind of dead in the water this year until Urban Meyer is eventually their head coach next season if he doesn't go to ASU, which honestly, he's the finger gun king. He's going to end up in Tempe on Mill Avenue. Shout out Urban Meyer. Can't wait for you to be in Tempe, bro. Um, moving along, Noah, let's talk
Did you have any
about
thoughts on the over under, real quick, on that Oklahoma Nebraska game?
Not at all. Not at all, because I don't trust Nebraska to score enough points to cover that, and I don't trust Oklahoma to put up enough to cover it by themselves, even if Nebraska scores 10 points, let's say. I don't trust Oklahoma to cover it.
So it sounds like you're kind of on the under there. I mean, over unders at 67. It's pretty high.
No, I know it's pretty high, and it's one of those situations to where I can see Oklahoma putting up 55 points. You know what I mean by halftime, and or even full game. But I also don't trust Nebraska to put up the other 10 points that would be necessary, or 12, 14 points that would be necessary to cover this. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm staying off it because it's just too much of a variable for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't
Got any
fault you
thoughts?
for that. Yeah, I'm not taking an official pick on this one. But I'm leaning towards the under just with how high this over under is at 67.
Does feel high. It does
I
feel
th-
really high.
and I get Nebraska's been in some high scoring games so far this year. Obviously, that game last week really high scoring. I think they went over 80 in that one. And Oklahoma's certainly capable of putting up points. I don't really think Nebraska's going to put up very many points. And to your point, if Nebraska puts up, 10, 13, even 17, I don't think Oklahoma's going to put up 50. I don't think they
And
drop a 50 burger.
exactly, and I don't think
So
they have the firepower.
I'm on the under.
Fair.
Actually, I'm screw it. I'll make it an official pick.
You gonna
I'm
add it to
I'm
your
on the
card?
under. I'm adding it to my card. We're
There
going
you
under
go.
67 in this game.
Hey, I don't blame the pick. I like the pick a lot. I'll probably hop on that game time, but it's just right now sitting with me. I don't like it at all. Let's move on, Noah. We got the boys. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, that was so unprofessional.
Lovely.
We got the boys in Provost. BYU going all the way to Oregon, Washington to play Oregon Ducks. Oregon is a 3.5 home favorite. Totals at 63.5.
63.5, dude. I'm seeing it 57.5 here.
Well, it's very possible that I was looking at multiple lines when I was doing this research. And so I'm going to go with your 57.5 because that sounds a lot more fucking reasonable than 63.5. So 57.5 is the total. Noah, where are you leaning on this game? I mean, obviously, BYU has been our wagon for the last 3 years, and they continue to produce. How you feeling, though, going against Oregon?
Well, AJ, I picked against them last week.
You did. You fucked up big time.
And that did not work out. I've got to pay my respects. I've got to make my wrong right here. I'm going BYU money line big time.
Yeah.
Not even messing around with the 3.5. And I think this game goes over 57.5 easy. BYU is going to put up 40 or 50 themselves. I think Oregon gets some points in there. So I'm not too worried about the over/under. I'm all over the over, all over BYU money line here.
Bro, I'm with you right away. I mean, Oregon is just not a team. And if they put up a half decent performance against Georgia, I would say maybe they have a chance of covering the 3.5. But they looked like absolute dog shit in that game. And they have not looked good any week they've played so far. And I think it's typical. You know, we got to throw a Pac-12 team in there, so let's throw the team sponsored by Nike. And that's why the Oregon Ducks were even ranked going into this season. But yeah, BYU money line, give me the over all fucking day long. It's honest to God, Noah. Put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. BYU money line. Fucking put it on a shirt. The Pac-12 has been so piss poor this entire season. I know it's only 2-3 weeks in, but they've been so piss poor the entire season. I do not see the Pac-12, except USC, we'll get to them later, making a deep run. Noah, anything else to say about BYU Oregon?
Nope.
Perfect. Let's move on then to a team that I think is shocking everyone slowly but surely, and that being the Penn State Nittany Lions going into Auburn being 3-point favorites, total at 47. I mean, Noah, Penn's back. I hate to say it. This is the first bandwagon I'm going to hop on all season. Penn is back. Give me Penn minus the 3, and I'm going to stay away from the total.
Yeah, I'm also going to stay away from the total. Low total, but I think it'll be a low-scoring game. I'm on Auburn on the money line here. At home. At home. Auburn is such a hard place to play at. I do think Penn State's going to be decent this year, but I don't see him. I don't see him beating Auburn at home. If this game was in Happy Valley, I'd probably be on Penn State, but it's not. So I'm going Auburn money line. My second underdog money line of the week so far. I think I picked 5 underdogs to win last week, and 4 of them did. So, yeah, we're going to keep it going.
Hey, fair enough. I don't blame you. I like the underdog pick because I'm a dogs guy. I just hate that pick, though, because Penn State is all the way.
You just hate
back.
Auburn.
Yes, I fucking hate Auburn because they can't figure out what their fucking mascot is. Are you a war eagle or are you a fucking tiger? Figure it out.
Well, they know what their mascot is. You just can't figure out what their mascot is.
No,
they're confusing you.
You know what they say. You got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. You got 2 mascots, you got no mascots, okay? So, Auburn, suck a dick, figure out your mascot, and then get back to me, and I might actually fucking bet on you. But let's go to another team I'm kind of hyped on. We're going to Texas Tech, NC State. NC State is a 10-point favorite at home with the total at 55.5. Noah, what are your thoughts going into this game?
Initial thought, slam the over.
Mm-hmm.
Slam the over. 55.5 seems way too low for this game.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think the spread's too high.
Really?
I get it. I do think North Carolina State's going to win. They're at home, but Texas Tech has not looked bad this season, so I'm going to take them to cover 10 points. But my big bet on this one is just slamming that over because I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this one.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Noah. The over is the bet of the game. If you're going to take a bet on this game, you take the over. I am still on NC State. They disappointed me week 1, but they're 4-1 against the spread against Big 12 teams. So I'm going to go with that trend and go with that stat and take North Carolina State number 16 minus the 10 against Texas Tech. Let's move on to little brother, if you don't mind, Noah. That being Michigan State going to Washington. Washington, a 3.5-point favorite. 56.5 is the total. Noah, excuse me, tell me why I feel this is just kind of a home line. Like, this is kind of a homer line, you know what I mean? Like, everyone says you get 6 points, for being the home team and everything. And I kind of feel like that's where this line is at. This line, I feel, should be Michigan State minus the 3.5, but because of those 6 points, they move it the other way. Am I off basis here? What are your thoughts on the game?
This is another line that baffles me.
Yeah.
I mean, like you have a top 10 ranked Michigan State going into play Washington, an unranked team from the Pac-12.
From the 12.
And somehow Washington's a 3.5-point favorite. This is another head scratcher to me. I'm like, does Vegas know something I don't know? Lucky for me, I don't trust Vegas to know things I don't know because, my head's too far up my ass. So, yeah, this will be my my third underdog on the money line. I'm taking Michigan State money line.
Hey, and this will be my
staying
second.
off that over under. Staying off that over under. I don't like that number.
Yeah, 56.5 is a bad number for the total, but no, I'm with you. I'm taking the spread. I'm taking Michigan money line. It's Washington. I mean, unless I missed something in the last week, which I know I didn't because I didn't leave my fucking couch all weekend. Yeah, Michigan State's going to just murder them. It's going to be fun to watch. Moving on, Noah, let's go to the next game. We've got Mississippi State going to LSU. LSU a 2-point dog going into this game +2. 53.5 is the total. What am I missing about this Mississippi State team? I feel like I'm missing something, Noah, because this one, kind of like that Michigan State game, is a head scratcher for me. I don't understand the total. I'm not saying LSU is to the caliber that it was when Joe Burrow was there by any means necessary. I just feel like as the home team, the line should be shifted the other way.
You mean LSU being at home, like if this was in, Starkville?
Like, I feel LSU should be the favorite.
They are the favorite. Oh, no, they're not. They're a 2-point dog.
No, they're not the favorite. They're 2-point dogs. I just said that.
Right. I was reading that wrong. Yeah, LSU hasn't looked great. They have not looked great. Granted, that is a really, really tough stadium to play in. And I do think you're getting the home field thing here because if this was played in Starkville, I think this would be a 10-point spread.
Really?
I do think Mississippi State is a pretty damn good football team. I think they're going to show it. They can wear you down with that air raid offense with Mike Leach running the show.
Saw that with ASU last week.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm taking Mississippi State minus the 2. I'm also slamming the over on this one at 53.5.
No, the only thing we agree on this game is the over. I love the over at 53.5. I'm taking LSU plus the 2. I see them winning the game. I'm not going to take them on the money line, though, because I'll just take the points. If Mississippi State does win, it will be by a point. I think a last-second field goal to put them over it. But something in my gut. This is my gut play of the week, okay? This is my gut play of the week. It's telling me to take LSU plus the 2. So I'm going to take LSU plus the 2, and I'm not even going to think about it.
All right. Well, we'll see how that plays out for you there.
Yeah, we will. It usually doesn't play out the best, but we'll see this time. Talking now, let's go. Miami, Texas A&M, number 13 going up against number 24. A&M obviously with the rough loss to App State last week. And Miami was just an explosive offense against bad teams. Where are you leaning on this, bro? Because this one, I got an edge, but I feel like I really don't,
Yeah, this one's difficult. Both of these teams have kind of struggled to put up some points. Miami, not in week 1, but last week against a much inferior opponent, only winning 30-7. Not the best look. A&M losing to App State. A&M gets another home game. I think it's going to be huge bounce back for A&M. I think they're going to have a fire lit under their ass, and they're going to come out and beat Miami by 2 or 3 touchdowns would be my guess. Just a gut feeling on that one. So I'm taking A&M to cover the 5.5, despite Miami being ranked higher and them coming off of a loss. I think that loss is going to be motivating. I'm also going to take the over, it being as low as 45. I think A&M, who's struggled to score points week 1 and week 2 now, something's going to click for Jimbo Fisher's team here. I think A&M puts up 30 to 35 points on their own. And again, I think they beat Miami by like 2 scores, maybe 3.
No, I'm with you, bro. Dig them. I mean, A&M's going to win this game outright. 5.5 is too low of a spread, especially against this Miami team. I am not sold on whatsoever. I don't give a shit that they're number 13. They haven't done anything to prove they're number 13. And so until they do that, I'm going to take A&M minus the 5.5. I'm with you on the over as well. I agree. A&M is going to want to come out and just put up points. They could cover this by themselves, or unless that defense, which is a little bit sketchy, lets Miami put up some points. But A&M wins this one, 5.5, too easy money. Moving on, Noah, we got San Diego State University going up against Utah. Utah, number 14 in the country, minus 21 favorites going into this game. 49 is the total. Why do I want to take SDSU? Why?
I don't know, AJ, because I sure as hell don't.
Really?
No. I really don't. I think Utah covers the over-under by themselves.
Wow.
I truly think Utah will cover the 49 points themselves. I think Utah's dropping a 50 burger in this game, maybe more. You want to talk about motivation? Talk about a Utah team that won, 70-7 last week or 73-7 and dropped a spot in the rankings?
True.
Yeah, I can't think of much better motivation than that. They're playing at home where they do have a huge home field advantage because of the altitude, much like, Colorado teams. The Utah teams have the same thing. And, this is a San Diego State team that Arizona went in and beat them by 18 in San Diego. But
that was
if Arizona
game. That was a karma game. That was right after all the stuff about Matarazzo came out and everything like that. That was a karma game.
You can call it that, but I also call it the fact that Utah is a much better team than Arizona, and they're playing at home with extra motivation. Utah wins this game by 30-plus points.
Yeah, Utah minus 21 and a half. It was always Utah. I just like playing devil's advocate every once in a while, Noah. I mean, or else we have no fucking content for this show. But going off with that, Noah, Fresno State going to USC. The spread at 12 points. I do not have the total in front of me right now for some reason. Do you have it by chance?
73.5.
Whoo! And I mean, let's be real. And Noah, I want to make this declaration right here, right now on this show. USC is the exact team I thought they were going to be. USC is the team to beat in the Pac-12. USC will sweep the Pac-12. So let me get it out there right now. Minus the 12, fucking give that to me all day long. Not touching the total. even though USC could cover that by themselves, I do not see Fresno putting up much of a fight just with all the firepower and what USC has been able to do these last couple weeks. USC minus the 12, USC to win the Pac-12, USC to make a college football playoff spot.
Are we not going to talk about the fact that USC could also give up that total by themselves? Like, let's not pretend like USC's defense is good, because they're not.
I'm not saying they're good.
Not.
I'm saying the offense is better, which is all that matters in college football.
Yeah, but that's not a recipe for success, having every single game be in a high-scoring show, like shootout. Now, granted, they've played two shitty teams in who I don't know who they play, Rice week 1, and then Stanford.
Last week.
I think Fresno State's better than Stanford. Granted that game was at Stanford, 13-point game. I'm kind of torn on this. I think I'm kind of leaning towards USC to cover, but narrowly. And as high as this over-under is, I kind of want to take it, but I just can't justify taking a 73.5 over. Although I do think this game could end up being like 50-30.
Yeah.
Like USC, Fresno State's going to put up 30 points on USC's defense. They're going to, mark my words. They're going to put up 30 plus. The thing is, I just think USC is probably going to put up more points. So I don't, that this 12 is like a little bit tough for me. I think I'm going to take my official pick, USC on the 12, playing at home. But again, don't be surprised if Fresno State puts up 30 to 35 points on this USC defense. This USC defense is kind of trash. Lincoln Riley, if you go back to his days at Oklahoma, they were almost always outside of the top 60 in the country in defense. Now, granted, they had a top 5, top 10 offense almost year in and year out, and I think that I think the trend's going to continue because he brought over a lot of his coaching staff.
Yeah,
I think his whole time at USC, I think it's going to be the same. They're going to have very good teams because they're going to have top 5 offenses, but I mean, they're not going to win a national championship, and they're going to struggle to even win Pac-12 titles if they can't figure that defense out better.
They're going to be fine. Their defense looks better than any other defense in the Pac-12, Noah.
That is simply straight up not true.
What fucking defense looks better, please?
Utah's got a much better defense. I can't speak on Oregon, but I would say UCLA's got a better defense. Arizona's defense has kind of looked better than USC's so far this year, so that's saying something. It's hard to say. USC's giving up a lot of yards and points to not very good teams. Like, if they didn't have those 3 pick sixes and the 4 interceptions total against Rice would have put up over 30 points on their defense. Like, they're giving up so many damn yards, and it's not, it's not sustainable to rely on turnovers and defensive touchdowns. Like, that's not going to continue through a whole season, especially when you get into conference play and tougher opponents. So,
but he's in the USC's in the Pac-12, and this team is just better than every Pac-12 team. Let's not come on, Noah. Let's not act like it's not.
I fully disagree. Utah is like, on any given day, 2 touchdowns better than USC.
Well, I can't wait for them to play so we can see what that spread is. Noah, but you got anything else to say about the college football week 3 or anything like that?
Hey, man, bear down, go Cats. Skyuma, row the boat, go Gophers. Yeah, that's all I got, baby.
Yeah, bear down, go Cats. Hopefully they fucking pull out a win this weekend. But hey, thank you for making it through the episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help us continue to grow. We've been in business for a year now. We're at 91 viewers. We're at 91 subscribers. We can get to 100 by our Sunday night game. That would be fucking epic. So let's get it to 100. And also follow us on the social media. Hit the link tree down below. And that also will take you to Our merch store. That's right. That's the other thing I was going to promote. Our merch. So if you want a dope hat like this one that says Degen, it's pink, it's green, it's awesome. We also got shirts and everything like that in between. So go ahead, hit the link tree, check it out. Please support the show. We would greatly appreciate it. With that being said, I've been the Brofect One AJ. That's been the Money Train Noah, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.